Hello, my name is Steve Bigelow with the Candlestick Forum. I want to illustrate how the combination of knowing which direction the market is moving and knowing what pattern setups provide the biggest profits based upon candlestick breakout setups. So as we have seen, the T line has continued this uptrend in the Dow. Even though it got a little bit dicey here, it was at a point where we could identify whether they were reversing it by coming back down through the T line, or as we saw today, the CPI numbers were better, which apparently put everybody back into a bullish move. So that best friend breakout, your Doji gap up, told us this resistance level was not acting as resistance, and we're probably in our next wave. Where's our next likely target? Probably up here to the 200-day moving average. Same scenario sitting over here on the NASDAQ. You don't need to be a market analyst analyzing what the market might do based upon different outside influences like interest rate hikes, the CPI number, anything like that. All we have to do is analyze what the trend is doing based upon that information and what everybody else's decisions are based upon that information. So we can see that the uptrend remains in progress because we bounced way up today off the T line in the NASDAQ, implying there's more upside. So the best way to make big profits is knowing when candlestick breakout setups are in progress. If we can see a fry pan bottom, and we see it gap up, again, a best friend breakout of a fry pan bottom at an obvious resistance level, the 200-day moving average, that gives us that much more expectation that this is a fry pan bottom breakout. This is the type of price move we can expect. And as you can see, Airy today was up huge, again, bouncing off the T line. Or if you can see patterns that everybody else is watching, like a wedge, and then there's a best friend breakout to the upside, staying above the 200 and breaking out above the T line, these just put you in high probability, high profit trades. What was the expectation of this move? About the same as this move right here. When do we sell? When we see a sell signal. So this is merely what we call 2+2 analysis. There's our left-right combo, one of your strongest reversal signals. And then they break out, a bobble breakout of the 50, followed by a Doji sandwich. And what do we know about a Doji sandwich? It implies there's more upside. If we're buying right here on the positive open after a Doji using the Doji rule that says the price will usually move in the direction of how they open after a Doji, that tells us if we're buying right here, what's our upside expectation? The same magnitude as this move right here. This is not rocket science. This is just common sense aspects put into chart analysis that the Japanese rice traders have illustrated over hundreds of years of what human nature normally does and what patterns usually are created from that human nature. Again, another left-right combo, gap up, Doji sandwich, breakout, heading up here to fill this gap. Our recommendation on VRTV was based upon that combination of bullish sentiment telling us we had a wave 1, wave 2, and a very strong indication wave 3 was starting. So not only can we identify when these pattern setups are occurring, we also know what to do based upon candlestick patterns after a breakout. Again, there's your fry pan bottom breakout. Even if you didn't catch this and you saw this pattern setting up, you knew that J-hook pattern was going to show force, probably a 45-degree, based upon the new strong sentiment in that chart. So when we can see a breakout based upon strong candlestick signals, like a bullish kicker signal coming out of this trading range, That tells you that, or that kicker signal illustrates that there is a strong new dynamic in investor sentiment. It's going to have an uptrend. It works the same way on the bearish side. As you can see on our short of BFAM, market was up huge today, and this stock is still in a downtrend because of the bearish kicker signal. Remember, the signals aren't anything more than the graphic depiction of what's going on in investor sentiment based upon everybody's knowledge of what's going on. In this case, it was up a little bit today, even though the markets were up huge, but the force of that bearish kicker signal implies our downtrend remains in progress. So candlestick analysis works on all time frames. Today we had people in the chat room in NVTA. Do you buy here? You can see the fry pan bottom. You can see there's a trend kicker signal. It opened here, closed here, then gapped up and went above this level. That's a strong buy signal. And the rhetorical question always is, do you get big, huge moves like this on a candlestick breakout? Definitely not. But you're putting yourself in situations where the probabilities of being in this type of price move is greatly in your favor. So are you buying here? If you're watching this, yes. Should you be buying here? Should you be buying here? Should you be buying here? Well, because candlestick analysis works just as effectively on all time frames, you just flip to your 10-minute chart. Wouldn't be afraid to be buying here. Might not be buying here, but I would be buying here because what was it telling us? The uptrend was in progress and they still haven't been able to close it below the T line. Everything that is built into a candlestick chart is merely common sense put into a graphic depiction. So right now, you still want to go after bullish charts because if the implication is we're heading for the 200-day moving average, at least on wave 3, that implies there's more upside. That'll be it. We will be doing a breakout session tonight on our chat room. www.candlestickforum.com. Go up to chat or stock chat. And the password tonight is Bigelow, BIGALOW, all small letters, 11, 111. So come join us. It's free. We do a free session every night. But the nice thing about these sessions are we can analyze the market and pretty much illustrate the common sense that's put into candlestick analysis. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.